the Matador.
Gonna run all night, gonna run all day. Bet your money on a bull.
It's the Los Angeles Times 500, the last race in the Winston Cup Series. All the biggies are here. Bobby, A.J., Richard, Darrell and Benny, the kingpins of stock car racing.
At least two, we expect to start the race at the completion of the second pace lap.
It's NASCAR versus A.J., the scourge of Indianapolis.
And now, the moment which we have all been waiting for. Gentlemen, start your engines.
40 of the world's best drivers battling for fortune and honor in the Los Angeles Times 500. Richard Petty in the red and blue STP Dodge and A.J. Foyt in the yellow Chevrolet share the front row. They head for the green flag. It's A.J. Foyt diving into the lead at turn 1. But it's surprising Bobby Allison in the red, white, and blue Coca-Cola Matador in the lead as they come out of turn 3, followed by Cale Yarborough, Foyt, David Pearson, and Petty. These 5 superstars are destined to battle wheel to wheel and bumper to bumper for nearly 4 hours today. It's a drag race for the lead, a lead which will be exchanged more than 100 times today around this 2.5-mile oval. A.J. Foyt of Houston, Texas, takes over again in the yellow number 28 car. It's still a dogfight as the leaders hit up to 200 miles an hour on the back straight. David Pearson takes over the lead on the 5th lap in his Mercury. Allison, who hasn't won a major race this year, pushes the Matador out in front. Then it's Petty in the STP Dodge making his move. Then Foyt. No Petty. Look out for that wall. Without a caution flag yet, every lap is a new record. Petty is averaging 145 miles an hour, pushed now by Pearson and Foyt. Second-running David Pearson is forced to the pits by a blown tire and temporarily gives up the chase. Petty needs tires and fuel and relinquishes the lead by pitting. He would rather make this move under the yellow flag, but there have been none so far. A.J. inherits the lead, tailed by Cale Yarborough. And Allison, he's leading the second wave of cars, pushed hard by Buddy Baker. Petty gets the lead back as Yarborough has to take on fuel. These big babies only get about 4 or so miles to a gallon, and they'll burn up 3 or 4 sets of tires in a 500-mile race. Foyt is keeping his eye on Cale and makes a simultaneous pit stop for gas and tires. King Richard goes back out in front, and Cale and Foyt take turns in the second position. Petty is being pushed hard by David Pearson, but he's a lap down because of nagging pit stops. After leading comfortably for several laps, Richard makes another routine pit stop and Foyt regains the lead. Half the race is gone and not a yellow flag yet. Wait a minute. It's Buddy Baker in turn 4, hitting the wall and careening into pit row. The back end of old Butterbean's Ford is crunched up pretty good, but he's lucky it happened right at the entrance to the pits, where repairs can be made to get him back into the race. That brings out the first yellow of the day. It's been a remarkably safe first 250 miles, and everybody takes advantage of the caution light to take on fuel and tires. The pit crews are extremely important in NASCAR racing. Many a race has been won or lost by the margin of time difference spent in the pits. A good crew can refuel and retire a car in less than 20 seconds. Pearson leads the pack to the green flag, but he's still a lap down and hoping to unwind. Petty is the leader of this stampeding pack, and it's a brand new race. A.J. moves his Gilmore Chevy to the front, barely ahead of Petty and Yarborough. And Allison's Matador is a hanging on. Now that's racing. It is this type of fierce door-to-door combat which has made the Grand National stock car circuit the most popular in the United States. Drivers draft each other by staying close one behind the other, then slingshot to the front by accelerating and passing at the same time. They set each other up by hoping to get the last draft and an assist to the checkered flag. It's a chess game at 185 miles an hour. The Matador has never won an oval race, but owner Roger Penske has his charge in the thick of things as Bobby makes what should be his last stop for fuel. Cale is hoping to make this tankful last all the way to the checker, too. It could be close. The yellow flag comes out again as Richard Childress loses it in turn 4 and spins into the infield. Supertex A.J. Foyt takes advantage of the yellow and tops off his tank, planning an all-out charge for the lead. Petty, too, senses the kill and gets ready for the last grueling laps of the 500-mile war. We've got a green. It's Bobby Allison who nudges the Coke machine into the lead on the restart, followed by A.J., Petty, and Pearson, who has charged from behind and is now on the same lap with the leaders. David's bid for the lead is foiled by another blown tire, the result of his hard-charging laps. He's down, but not out. The Matador stretches the lead, hotly pursued by Yarborough, Petty, and A.J. The word comes in that A.J. has tapped the wall at turn 3. His Gilmore crew solves his problem with some quick repairs in the pits. The pace begins to take its toll. There will be no more racing for Richard Petty today. A blown engine ends his quest for a victory at Ontario. The tide of battle now has dramatically turned, and Bobby Allison is just a Sunday drive in his Matador away from victory circle. It's Bobby Allison, the winner, averaging a record 134.9 miles an hour. David Pearson, hard charged for second. Cale Yarborough was third, and A.J. Foyt fourth. The pride of Hueytown, Alabama, wins the first Los Angeles Times 500. How sweet it is.